best heavyweight, the best professional wrestling discussion on the internet, World Wrestling Entertainment, TNA Wrestling, Ring of Honor, and much more. This, ladies and gentlemen, is In the Hot Seat with your host, Fortminorproject.
Alright, what's going on, guys, and welcome to this week's episode of In the Hot Seat. And of course, as always, I got a great show lined up for you guys, and as well a brand new guest joining me at this time. And would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am the one and only Jamie Calloway, aka Rose Sister Jamie. Hello.
Alright, it's a pleasure to have you here, and we got quite a lot to get to in this show, and I'm going to kick things off here. And who do you think should be the heel in the Randy Orton versus Christian feud?
I think Orton, I think it would make the most sense. I mean, they're both good at heels, but I think Orton would be a lot better as the heel. Mm-hmm. You know, since everyone's bitching about him being the face. I think he's a lot better as a heel than he is a face, but I love him either way. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, and I can understand that and agree. You know, since Randy Orton did take the world title away from Christian, and right after he won it pretty much at Extreme Rules. And, you know, I have been actually enjoying this feud. I've been having, you know, good matches as of late with that. So, hopefully, Christian will be, you know, having to get the chance to become world champion yet again, you know, towards the end of this feud. So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, wait, I want to say one other thing.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be great to have Christian as the top face, and then Orton to be the top heel.
Yeah. So far, he's been doing good with that, so, you know, I agree with that.
Yep.
Alright, the next thing that I got here, and do you think Kurt Angle should have one more run with WWE before he retires?
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to have him back in the company again. You know, we haven't seen him in a while, and wasn't there rumors that he was going to come back or do some sort of, I don't know, match with someone? But yeah, I'd like to see him wrestle again because he's one of my favorites. And I'd like him to, you know, spice up something and do something different, have a different wrestler come back. I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having Kurt Angle back as well. I think he's a great wrestler, definitely one of my favorites. Especially now that there's new talent at this time, and, you know, he could definitely have some good matches, you know, with guys like Daniel Bryan and stuff like that, and have a couple more feuds before he actually retires, and, so yeah, I definitely would agree, and you know.
So what is the next question?
For Kurt Angle to come back to WWE. All right, the next thing we got here, and what are your thoughts on the passing of Macho Man Randy Savage, and is there any favorite memories?
Oh, when I heard about that, a couple of people told me, I'm just like, really? Because I hear he was supposed to come back and maybe do a little appearance. I mean, it wasn't going to wrestle a 5-star match or anything.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really, really sad because how old was he? Only 58. I mean, he could have done a couple more appearances. And, you know, he ends up crashing, and didn't he have a heart attack or something and then crash? I think that's so sad. You know, like, maybe a lot of the kids don't know who he is, but he was, when he used to say, oh, yeah, and all that stuff. I thought that was so funny. Yeah. That's really, really sad. Mm-hmm. I think that's really sad. I hate it when wrestlers die. I mean, it's sad when anyone really dies, but, you know, it's really, really sad because he was one of the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really sucks that he died. I didn't really get to see too much of him, you know, just only in highlights and stuff.
I didn't either. He wasn't in my generation. Right. But, you know, obviously the stuff, you know, the little catchphrases that he says I know about. Yeah, but, you know, I know who a lot of people are. So I mean, I've been watching it for a while too. But he wasn't exactly in my generation. He was like in my dad's generation.
Yeah. Yeah. So you know, I still take him for everything that he's done in wrestling, and you know, sucks that he's gone. So yet again, rest in peace, Macho Man Randy Savage. All right. The next thing before we go here, and that is the last topic that I have. And what are your thoughts on ROH coming to mainstream? And is looking to come to mainstream in September?
I think that's fantastic for ROH. You know, they're underrated company. You know, everyone thinks they sucks because you know they don't have a lot of popularity. So I think it'd be great to give them some competition with other people and to give ROH a chance because I hear they're pretty good. And now a lot of us who can't watch it because we don't have that other channel now get a chance to go and watch it when we want to.
Right.
It's not like we can't come up with any excuses, except the only excuse would be because we don't want to watch it. Now I can go, flip on and see ROH is on, or if I'm really bored, I could go watch ROH. I think it's a great idea. I hope it gives, like WWE and TNA some competition, although they're not going to, just like jump to the top. But hopefully they move their way up, work their way up, and give little TNA a push because TNA is just so gay right now. But yeah, I think it's fantastic for ROH. I know Liam's like jumping for joy.
Yeah. Well, I can actually thank him for that, for getting me into, Ring of Honor. So I thought that was great news that they're actually coming to mainstream. So hopefully they get the exposure that they need and, really do good and get, people involved because, I think it's, a good company. And so, yeah, I'm definitely happy that ROH has now pretty much is on the way to becoming on mainstream. So that's cool with that.
But yeah, sorry for interrupting you, but I had nowhere else to watch it. It used to be on someone's channel on YouTube, but they got that taken down.
Yeah.
So, and I don't have the channel. I don't have HDNet or whatever channel it's on, so I can't watch it.
Right.
And now I'm glad in September that it's going to be on TV, so now I can give it a chance. And not all of their episodes are on or on YouTube. I have to search all over the place, and it'd be easy just to switch on a channel and watch it.
Yeah, that's what's the good thing about it coming to mainstream. So, like I said, hopefully, they will really do well coming on mainstream. But that's pretty much it with all the topics. Is there anything else that you want to get, your final thoughts on and stuff like that?
Nope, I'm good.
Alright, so I thank you for coming in and joining me in the hot seat, and you guys can definitely continue the discussion down below, and as well, I will leave a link down below for everyone else to check you out as well, and that about does it for this week's episode of In the Hot Seat, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. Alright, what's going on, guys, and welcome to this week's episode of In the Hot Seat, and this week, of course, we're doing things a bit different, and this is part 2 pretty much, and I got another guest joining me at this time, and would you like to introduce yourself?
This is Mr. mrlucidlj. What is up, everybody?
Alright, it's a pleasure to have you back on the show, man, and we got a couple of stuff to get to, of course, pretty much the same questions and thoughts and stuff like that, and I'm going to kick things off here, and what are your thoughts on who should be the heel and who should be the face in this Christian versus Randy Orton feud?
Well, thanks for having me back on your show, David, anyways, but I would say, in this feud, I would say Randy Orton probably should be the heel.
Okay.
I don't think he's a very good babyface at all. What they really should have done was probably, had Christian hold the title for a couple of months and then maybe slowly build Orton back up as a heel again. I just don't think he works very good as a face. I think he's quite boring.
Nice.
He probably works better as a heel. So Christian will be the face. I think he gets, pretty much the same reactions as Orton, maybe sometimes better, so keep Christian with the title, keep him face, and, I don't know what they're going to do this feud now. I mean, I don't really want to see Christian turn heel. I mean, I think it's kind of weird the way they've done the feud so far, so hopefully they'll make it better, so.
Yeah, like I mentioned before with Jamie, I think, it's good to have, Christian as the, top baby face, and so far he's doing a good job at it. And, Randy Orton having to be the heel, makes much more sense since he took it away from him. And, with the matches and everything, they've been, doing good with it. So, hopefully it ends well and, nothing bad happens, towards the end with it. So, so far I've been enjoying it.
I mean, the matches are really good. They're really good matches, enjoyable matches that you'd want to watch and pay for. So if they keep doing that, it'll be pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. All right, the next thing I got here, and what are your thoughts on Kurt Angle? Do you think he should have one more run with the WWE before he retires?
Well, he definitely needs to get out of TNA because that is just a fucking pile of shit, and he's just doing nothing. He's had a 6-month feud with the same guy consistently, and it's kind of just getting boring at this point. So I'd like to see him probably leave, and at least if he left, he could have new feuds with people in WWE. and he'd be, you know, really treated well. Like, I mean, you know, he's done every feud in TNA possible, so there's not really much left for Kurt Angle to do. And, you know, if he probably went back to WWE, it'd be a lighter schedule. I mean, saying that as well, I'd love to see him to go to Ring of Honor for like a year as well, and then maybe a year in WWE. So I think that'd be cool, maybe. So.
Yeah, like I mentioned before, you know, I think that's a good idea and good choice for him. I never thought about him going to Ring of Honor. I think that's actually pretty cool idea. Since he never really been there, I don't think so. That's actually something new for Kurt Angle. So I actually wouldn't mind that. And since Ring of Honor is going mainstream, which we'll talk about that in just a little while. So that's actually really cool thoughts about Kurt Angle.
I mean, just simply like go to Ring of Honor for the competition. So I don't think he's lacking competition in like TNA at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he gets pretty good matches and stuff out of Ring of Honor guys. And same with WWE, you'd see like fresh new matches. Him and Daniel Bryan, maybe him and Jack Swagger, him and CM Punk. You know, a lot of cool little matches to see. You know. So.
Yeah. Well, that's the good thing about it now, especially since there's new guys. So yeah, that's actually a cool idea for Kurt Angle. The next thing I got here, and what are your thoughts on the passing of Macho Man Randy Savage, and what are some of your favorite memories of the Macho Man?
I mean, it's really sad to see another wrestler die. I mean, he's only 58, you know, and it was really sad to see him die of like a heart attack in a car accident. I mean, luckily, at least his wife wasn't hurt and stuff, which is, I don't know if it's good or bad because she's lost her husband, but no, I mean, it's just really sad. I mean, it's probably one of the most shocking deaths in the past couple of years, probably since the whole Benoit tragedy. I mean, you know, Macho Man, you know, I didn't grow up with him, but I can definitely look at that guy and think he was like a pioneer for his generation. You know, back in the 80s and stuff, and, you know, early 80s, he really paved the way for, you know, how wrestling has kind of gone today. Like, he was very innovative with his moveset. He could cut great promos. He had a unique look. He had, you know, all these flamboyant colors and stuff. He, you know, was a great wrestler at the same time, too. High flying. You know, he could do it all. I mean, him and Ricky Steamboat had that great match at WrestleMania 3. And, you know, that's considered one of the best matches in WrestleMania history. Maybe even the best match ever in WWE by a lot of people. So, I can definitely say a lot of great things for Randy Savage. That tribute WWE did was really cool. It was really sad to see. And, you know, hopefully they'll put him in the Hall of Fame. I mean, I don't know if it should be next year. Maybe they should wait, because I don't want them just to put him in the Hall of Fame because they feel guilty. You know, it's just going to be sad that he can't do his own Hall of Fame speech now, and that his brother is going to have to do it now. So it's really sad, and all the condolences go to his family and stuff. So.
Yeah, and the same thing goes for me. You know, it's a shame that I didn't really get to see much of Randy Savage, but, you know, like I mentioned as well, time and time again, you know, just with highlights and stuff like that. I would have liked to see more of Macho Man. You know, from what I saw, he looks like he was a great wrestler and, you know, did some good things. So, like I mentioned before, earlier, you know, I thank Macho Man for everything that he's done. And, you know, it's never good to lose a wrestler like that. And so, you know, my thoughts are with Macho Man's family. So, thank you yet again, and rest in peace with the Macho Man. Right.
Before you move on to the last question,
Yeah,
I mean, what do you think about CM Punk v Randy Savage in the match? Do you think that'd be pretty good?
Oh yeah, since you know, CM Punk has been paying tribute to him, and I think that was really cool as well. You know, with him wearing the ring tights as well. You know, with them having a match, I think that should be, you know, a good matchup. If Randy was still around and he could have that one more match, I think, you know, that should be something, you know, to look out for, and I wouldn't mind seeing that. What are your thoughts on that?
That would have been a really cool match because it's, in a way, they've kind of got similar styles. I mean, they have like similar attire with the trunks anyway, like the kind of different colors CM Punk has. They both can cut pretty good promos. They have these like unique looks about them. You know, they're both really good wrestlers, and, you know, CM Punk can do some high flying stuff too. So, you know, it'd be an interesting match to see. So yeah, definitely cool stuff there.
Alright, the next thing I got here, and which is pretty much the last topic that I have, and of course I know you're a big Ring of Honor fan. And what are your thoughts on ROH coming to mainstream in September?
I mean, me and Sean Carlton did a video yesterday,
Okay.
and we were talking about that for like 15 minutes. But I mean, it's hopefully, now this may be a bit optimistic, but hopefully we see a rise in professional wrestling again, because I think
Okay.
that we've lost the art of professional wrestling. TNA is just a shambolic company that should, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a lot of great wrestlers and stuff, but it's just stupid after stupid after stupid, and it doesn't look like it'll change anytime soon, even with this whole fucking Impact Wrestling Matters bullshit, which makes no difference. It's the same fucking show because you're having the same fucking writer who's writing the fucking show, Vin Trusso, who's dreadful anyway. So that, you know, if TNA ever wants to succeed, they need to get new people in charge of that company and, you know, start, you know, doing what they did best years ago with, you know, more wrestling and interesting feuds and stuff like that. But you know, Ring of Honor, it's going to take time for these guys to grow. It's going to take like 2 to 5 years to really get established. But I think they will get established, and hopefully we'll see another golden age in professional wrestling again. Because I really do think the art of professional wrestling is lost these days.
Right.
And you know, WWE's not too bad, but it can be really boring and stupid sometimes too. So I think, you know, Ring of Honor is really consistent. You know, maybe do some more good, interesting storylines. You know, more promos and stuff. You know, build up your matches on TV and just keep doing what you're doing because you were doing great, and now you're on a bigger platform. So only good things to come, I hope. So.
Yeah, that's actually, you know, really cool. I'm happy that they got that, you know, mainstream deal. Hopefully they can stick with it and, you know, do really well. You know, have a, you know, bigger audience, and not many people may have known this, but, you know, some of their favorite wrestlers have come from, you know, Ring of Honor. You know, guys like CM Punk went there. Of course, you know, Daniel Bryan and so on and so forth. And, you know, guys like Christian as well has made a visit there. So, you know, guys like that have been a part of the show, and, you know, they have other good wrestlers there. They have a great, you know, tag team division, I think, so far. You know, they have good tag teams there, so there are things, you know, to look out for some of them who may not are pretty much familiar with it. So I think that's really great. So hopefully we can expect, you know, good things out of Ring of Honor, you know, once we are pretty much introduced to it in September.
I mean, their tag team division is pretty packed, and you know, they used to have some other tag teams like Dark City Fight, like a big powerhouse team. They used to have Up and Smoke, like a fast-paced team.
Yeah.
Used to have the Young Bucks, but I mean, they've got a great division like Wrestling's greatest tag team. The Briscoe Brothers, Bravado Brothers, Colin O'Reilly, Kings of Wrestling, American Wolves. It's really stacked. It's like you know, probably one of the best tag divisions in the world. So, and just their own roster is just really stacked too. And hopefully they'll get some new guys in too. You know, and like you said, like Daniel Bryan and CM Punk and Samoa Joe and AJ Styles and all these guys came from Ring of Honor. You know, so maybe if they're not happy with their other promotions, maybe they might go back. You know, hopefully I think things will be better in Ring of Honor. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, so that's about it with all the topics and everything like that. Is there anything else that, you know, you want to give your final thoughts on before we end this thing?
Well, the Champions League finals on in 10 minutes, and hopefully Barcelona can win the European Cup. So that's all I have to say.
Alright, well, I wish them good luck, and hopefully it's a good game. And that about does it for this week's episode of In the Hot Seat. And you guys pretty much got a 2-for-1 thing here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this week's. And as always, I will talk to you guys next week. Peace.